Did you know that millions of people over 60 are making the same critical walking mistake every single day, and it's actually making their legs weaker, not stronger? You might be walking for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour every morning, feeling proud of your dedication, yet your knees still ache, your ankles feel unstable, and climbing stairs seems harder than it did just 6 months ago. The problem isn't that you're not walking enough. The problem is how you're walking, and more importantly, what you're not doing before and after your walks. Here's what nobody tells you about walking after 60. Your body doesn't use muscles the same way it did when you were younger. The elastic tissues in your legs have changed, your tendons are less responsive, your muscle firing patterns have shifted, and if you're walking the same way you did 10 or 20 years ago, you're actually training your body to compensate rather than strengthen. You're teaching it to work around weak muscles instead of activating them. Today, I'm revealing the hidden walking mistake that could be sabotaging your leg strength and showing you a simple 3-step method that transforms your daily walk from a potential problem into the most powerful leg strengthening tool you have. This isn't about walking faster or farther. It's not about special shoes or complicated techniques. It's about understanding what your legs really need and making 3 small adjustments that take less than 8 minutes total, but completely change how your muscles respond to every step you take. Research from leading physical therapy journals shows that older adults who make these specific adjustments to their walking routine experience up to 40% better muscle activation, significantly reduced joint stress, and improved balance scores within just 3 weeks. Before we dive in, I'd love to know where you're joining us from today. Drop your location in the comments below. It's amazing to see our community spreading across the world, all committed to staying strong and mobile. The hidden mistake starts before you even take your first step. Most people over 60 stand up from their chair, maybe do a quick ankle roll and head straight out the door. Your muscles are cold, your joints are stiff, and your nervous system hasn't received the signal that it's time to work. When you start walking in this state, your body automatically chooses the path of least resistance. It bypasses the smaller stabilizing muscles, it overworks the larger muscles that are already doing too much. It puts extra stress on your joints because the supporting muscles aren't engaged. Think about starting a car on a freezing morning and immediately driving up a steep hill. That's exactly what you're doing to your legs when you skip proper activation. But here's where it gets interesting. The fix isn't traditional stretching. Static stretching before walking can actually reduce muscle power and stability for up to an hour afterward. What you need instead is something called neuromuscular activation, a fancy term for waking up the connection between your brain and your muscles. Let me walk you through the first crucial step, the ankle activation sequence. Your ankles are the foundation of every step you take, yet they're the most neglected joint in the body. Weak ankles don't just affect your feet, they throw off your entire walking pattern, forcing your knees, hips, and back to compensate. Stand next to a wall or chair for support, keep one hand touching lightly for balance. Now slowly rise up onto your toes, but here's the key difference. As you rise, imagine you're trying to push your big toe and pinky toe equally into the ground. This activates both the inner and outer ankle stabilizers, muscles that regular walking barely touches at all. Hold this position for 3 seconds, feeling the work happening not just in your calves, but around your entire ankle joint. Now, as you lower down, don't just drop. Take 4 full seconds to lower, controlling the movement all the way down. This slow lowering phase is where the real strength building happens. Perform 8 of these, focusing on that equal pressure through all your toes. After 8 repetitions, keep the same starting position, but now rock back onto your heels, lifting your toes as high as comfortable. This engages the often forgotten muscles on the front of your shins. These muscles are critical for preventing trips and falls, yet walking barely activates them at all. Hold your toes up for 2 seconds, then lower with control. 8 repetitions here as well. The entire ankle sequence takes about 90 seconds, but it transforms how your feet and ankles work during your walk. Your feet will feel more stable, more connected to the ground, and you'll notice improved balance immediately. If this is making sense so far, give me a quick thumbs up. It really helps spread this information to others who need it, and I truly appreciate your support. Now for the second critical component, hip activation. Your hips are the power center of your walking pattern. But here's what happens after 60. The deep hip muscles, particularly the hip abductors and external rotators, begin to shut down. They stop firing properly during walking, forcing your lower back and knees to take over their job. This is why so many people develop that characteristic senior walk, the slightly bent forward posture, the shorter steps, the wider stance for stability. Stand with your feet hip-width apart, holding a chair or wall for light support. Shift your weight onto your right leg, keeping it straight but not locked. Now slowly lift your left leg out to the side, leading with your heel, not your toes. This is crucial. Leading with the heel activates the correct muscles. Lift only as high as you can while keeping your torso completely upright. Don't lean to the side. The movement should come entirely from your hip. Hold for 2 seconds at the top, then lower slowly over 3 seconds. Here's what most people don't realize. The leg you're standing on is working just as hard as the leg you're lifting. Those deep hip stabilizers are firing to keep you balanced. After 10 repetitions, keep the same position, but now take that left leg and make small circles. 5 circles forward, 5 circles backward. These circles should be no bigger than a dinner plate. You're not trying to impress anyone with big movements. You're waking up muscles that have been sleeping. Switch legs and repeat the entire sequence. The total time is about 3 minutes, but you've just activated muscles that normal walking completely misses. These are the muscles that prevent hip pain, reduce pressure on your knees, and give you that stable, confident stride.
The third and most overlooked component is what I call walking rehearsal. Before you head out for your actual walk, you need to practice the improved pattern you want your body to use. Stand tall, shoulders back, eyes looking straight ahead, not down at your feet. Now march in place, but with very specific technique. As you lift each knee, focus on driving the movement from your hip, not just bending your knee. Lift your knee to a comfortable height while maintaining perfect posture. As each foot comes down, land heel first, then roll through to your toes. This heel-to-toe pattern is how walking should work, but many people over 60 have shifted to a flat-footed or toe-first pattern without realizing it. Practice this march for 30 seconds, really focusing on that heel-to-toe roll. Now continue marching, but add arm swings. Your arm should swing naturally in opposition to your legs. Left arm forward when right leg lifts. But here's the key detail. Your arm should swing from your shoulders, not your elbows. This activates your upper back muscles and improves your posture throughout your walk. March for another 30 seconds with these arm swings. Feel how your whole body is now involved, working as one coordinated unit. This is how walking should feel: engaged, purposeful, powerful, not just shuffling along hoping for the best. Here's something fascinating. Research shows that this type of pre-walk activation actually changes how your brain controls movement for the next 30 to 40 minutes. You're essentially programming better movement patterns that continue throughout your entire walk. Now, when you actually start your walk, maintain these activated patterns for the first 2 minutes. Walk slightly slower than normal, focusing on that heel-to-toe pattern, keeping your posture tall, swinging your arms from your shoulders. After 2 minutes, you can pick up your normal pace, but your body will maintain these better patterns automatically. Let me share something important about walking speed. There's a dangerous myth that faster is always better. After 60, walking too fast often forces your body into compensation patterns. You lose the heel-to-toe roll. You shorten your stride. You tense up muscles that should be relaxed. The sweet spot for most people over 60 is a pace where you could maintain a conversation without getting breathless. This isn't lazy walking. It's smart walking that allows proper muscle activation and joint protection. If you're still with me, here's a quick memory test. What part of your foot should strike the ground first with each step for proper walking form? Type your answer in the comments, and remember, there's no judgment here. We're all learning together. After your walk comes the final crucial step that almost everyone skips, the recovery activation. Your muscles are warm, your circulation is increased, and this is the perfect time to lock in strength gains. But instead of static stretching, which can actually reduce the benefits of your walk, you need targeted recovery work. Stand facing a wall about arm's length away. Place both hands flat against the wall at shoulder height. Step your right foot back about 2 feet, keeping your heel flat on the ground. Now slowly bend your left knee, bringing your body closer to the wall while keeping your right leg straight. You should feel activation in your right calf. But here's the twist. Instead of just holding this position, press your right heel firmly into the ground and try to drag it backward without actually moving it. This isometric contraction activates muscle fibers that regular stretching misses. Hold this contraction for 5 seconds, then relax for 2 seconds. Repeat 3 times, then switch legs. This takes about 90 seconds per leg, but dramatically improves calf strength and flexibility simultaneously. Next, sit in a sturdy chair with good posture. Extend your right leg straight out in front of you. Flex your foot, pulling your toes toward your shin. Now make slow, controlled circles with your foot. 5 circles clockwise, 5 counterclockwise. These circles activate all the small muscles around your ankle that just worked hard during your walk. They need this recovery activation to grow stronger. Switch legs and repeat. This entire recovery sequence takes less than 4 minutes, but it's the difference between walking that maintains your current level and walking that actually makes you stronger every single day. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 73-year-old who contacted me 6 months ago. She'd been walking religiously for 5 years, 5 days a week, 45 minutes each time. Yet she was getting weaker. Stairs were becoming scary. She'd started using the railing to pull herself up. Her doctor couldn't find anything wrong. Her dedication wasn't the problem. Her approach was. We implemented exactly what I've just taught you. The pre-walk activation, the proper walking form, the recovery sequence. Within 2 weeks, she noticed her legs felt different, stronger, more stable. Within a month, she was climbing stairs without the railing. Within 3 months, she had joined a hiking group, something she thought she'd never do again. The difference wasn't more exercise. It wasn't working harder. It was working smarter, understanding what her legs actually needed and providing it consistently. Your legs don't need more miles. They need proper activation, correct patterns, and targeted recovery. Here's your action plan starting tomorrow. Set your alarm 8 minutes earlier than your normal walk time. Use those 8 minutes for the ankle and hip activation plus the walking rehearsal. During your walk, focus on form for the first 2 minutes, then enjoy your normal pace. After your walk, spend 4 minutes on the recovery activation. That's it. 12 minutes of additional focus that transforms your 30-minute walk into the most effective leg strengthening session possible. Remember, every single step you take is either reinforcing good patterns or bad patterns. There's no neutral. You're either getting stronger or getting weaker. The choice happens not in whether you walk, but in how you walk. If you found this helpful, please type the word strong in the comments. And if you know someone who walks regularly but still struggles with leg strength, please share this video with them. They're probably making the same hidden mistake, and this information could change their life. Don't wait for tomorrow to start. Even if you're not planning to walk today, do the activation sequence right now. Your legs will thank you, your balance will improve, and you'll be taking the first step toward legs that keep getting stronger instead of weaker, no matter what your age. Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progression. Every small improvement in how you walk is an investment in your independence, your confidence, and your future. Stay strong, keep moving, and I'll see you in the next video.